Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button and keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, folks, here we are after market close on Tuesday, October 17th. We're going to take an updated look at Nikola today. So Nikola has sort of lost quite a bit of price action since its most recent swing high. So this was a bit of an unpleasant move for the bulls. You had this nice big push off of about 81, 82, all the way up here to about double that. And then just a nice retracement down here to retest these levels around 120. And then a slight swing higher up to about 170. Yeah, the high in this candle was 170. And so you had a nice second swing high, and then you had a swing low, it looked like here, that was a higher low than this swing low. But then when it tried to come back for a third swing high, it got stopped right at that 148 level that we had on the chart and has just bled out since then, down to 113 today. So I want to just sort of put in a trend line here because it seems apparent to me. There's a few trend lines. I'll point it out. I'm not going to put 3 trend lines on the map, but I'll just sort of point out what I'm talking about. So this is the one that I'm going to pay attention to and just say, if Nikola is going to reverse this downtrend, which it is in at this point, swing low, lower than the previous swing low, swing high, nowhere near previous swing high, it's going to have to break this downtrend. Now there is a nearer in one right here. Hey folks, just so you know, you can get these videos early and ad-free. If you click on the description below and become a member, you can make that happen, and I really appreciate the support. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the rest of the video. Right, this is very steep though. So this, even if it broke this, it wouldn't give me much confidence because it's such a steep downtrend. And then there's also a longer term one, which is more sort of chill, if you will. it's more smooth, right? But it's way out here. And so I'm going to ignore those and take in the swing high that was working and the swing high that set it up to downtrend. And it's confirming that by swinging lower today, and that's where we are now. I do think that this level that we had dotted because we weren't sure how strong that level would be, I do think that that's good to christen that one and just put it in as an actual level. So that's sort of where it's battling at the moment. Can it retake 115 is my initial question. If it comes down, I would look for it to try to hold 110, and if it can't, then there might be some room down to 105, and then below that, I don't know if in here we'll develop a cycle like a $1 level. I would think that would be a pretty strong psychological level. It doesn't have to be, but just sort of be typical. But if it dips below here, we'll see if it puts up a fight right around $1, or if it does just kind of come right through to this 96, 97 level that we have on the chart. But those are the things that I'm paying attention to at the moment. Now, interestingly, the EMAs, I thought that they would be more bearish than this. This is basically because of this big down move. Things had unraveled so to such a degree. There's large chasms between these levels and these EMAs. And then even with just this move up, it just bunched these EMAs up together quite strongly. And then because there was this slight retracement and then a slight swing high, it just sort of like put in this motion that was sort of sideways-ish compared to the chaos of the previous price action of the stock. And so that sort of resulted in this mini move actually kind of coiling up these EMAs. And so they're just starting to unfurl now. So that's interesting to me. It's not as far away from the 8 EMA as I would have imagined. And so if it is able to get support, at one of these levels or even around that psychological dollar level that we're talking about, and make a run to this downtrend resistance, we'll see how that plays out and where the 8 EMA is situated at that point. But right now, that's where it is. I would also say, if it's I don't know that I want to comfort the bulls, but if it is any comfort, this downtrend resistance, now I showed the other two as well, but this downtrend resistance has only been confirmed by one candle, right? So this is a downtrend resistance that could just completely bust really quickly. It could mean nothing really quickly because it's not developed. And so it could give way for sure. But at this point, I felt a little bit more comfortable putting it in because the price action is now situated so far below it. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, flipping over to the Think or Swim study, you see here downtrend per this study, this 180 to 200 EMA cloud, back well above the price action. That's situated up here around the high ones. And so, obviously that would be a huge percentage shift. Now, of interest to me is there was this period where, this is the move that we were just looking at where I was like, it was kind of sideways relative to the previous price action. And we see that reflected here where it just kind of hugged the mid-range of the channel. And during that time, the TTM squeeze indicator was firing. And then toward the end of that, when it started to slip here, it started to trigger for 4 candles. And now today it puts in its first fire candle since the trigger. So I'm interested to see what's happening there. Is this going to be a misindication? Is this going to be the counter move, and then there's a real move that's going to push us up toward the upper bound of the channel, maybe even up toward this cloud to give it a test there? Or is this just kicking off an actual trend down, and maybe we're going to slip the lower bound of the channel like we saw over here? I don't know, but this is just in its sort of infancy, speaking of sort of infant trends. So this just closed out today. And even if these candles are looking like they're firing during the day, that can change by close. So just because it appears that it's firing during the day, if you're on the daily time frame, that can change before close. So wasn't quite sure until this session closed, but that's as it stands today. So we'll see how that takes shape. But I'm really interested to see if there is a large move that's going to come, regardless of which direction it goes, here in the next few days. All right, folks. I hope that your trading week is off to a good start. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.